You're a wizard, Beard. What wonderful towers you have!
Kramer and Kiesling and Capstone Games! Tonight, Rolling with the Beard, we're reviewing Wandering Towers. Here we have the table set up for a 4-player game of Wandering Towers. Wandering Towers is a racing game for 1 to 6 wizards. Goal of the game is for players to get all of their wizards back to Ravenskeep and have all of their potions filled. Players can complete these goals in any order of their choosing, but during their turn, players will play exactly 2 cards. Players will play cards that can move towers, and let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I covered up 2 wizards with that movement, so then I can fill my potions. These potions are used to do special spells, but we'll get to that in just a second. Other kinds of cards will move just the wizards. This one moves my wizard 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple enough. Some of the cards give you the option of either moving your wizard or towers. Now, when you move towers, you can pick up just the topmost tower or any amount of them underneath. So I can maybe move these 1, 2, 3 spaces, and now the towers will just keep growing and growing and growing. Now, you do need to pay attention the whole game because your wizards can get covered and you're not allowed to peek under there to see what wizards are underneath. And I failed to mention that all movement has to go clockwise. And once a player gets their wizard to land back into Ravenskeep with an exact number, they drop them in there, and then Ravenskeep will then move clockwise until it gets to the next empty Raven symbol on the board. So not only are players trying to land in Ravenskeep and fill all their bottles, but they're all aiming for the same moving target, and things can get a little chaotic in these spells here. So after a player has filled in their potions, they can then spend those potions to do these spells. And some of the spells do some pretty good things, like this here allows you to move, in addition to your normal turn, a wizard exactly 1 space. This one here allows you to move some towers exactly 2 spaces. And the game comes with a whole bunch of these, and you can mix them up and use as many as you're choosing. These are just the 2 that they suggest for your first game. We've played some games where we've gotten just absolutely bananas and just shuffled them and chose 5 of them. And it does add a lot of strategic depth to the game. So basically, play 2 cards on your turn, move towers, cover other wizards, gain potions, try to get your wizards safely to Ravenskeep. That is Wandering Towers in a nutshell. I saw this game at Origins, had to demo it because it has the most amazing table presence ever. So we demoed it and instantly fell in love. And I'm calling this now. This game is definitely going to win some awards, like a Spiel des Jahres, or maybe even Kenner. Yeah, possibly. Anyways, the table presence is amazing. Those little towers are so fantastic, and they even made the box so that all the towers fit nice and neat into the box, which is a big plus. This game is extremely easy to teach, and the gameplay is fast, and it plays fantastic at all player counts, even 6 players. It gets a little chaotic at 6 players, and it's fun too, because so often you will see, these towers get really big, and there'll be a ton of people, a ton of wizards hidden underneath these towers. And then it's hilarious too when you see a player pick up, because once you pick up a tower, you've committed to that. And then they lift that, and then the look on their face when they don't see their color wizard in there, and they just kind of wasted a portion of their turn. But the game isn't real tight, so if you do lose a card or a small portion of your turn, it's not really a game breaker. The game is fairly forgiving. It's pretty lightweight, but you can adjust the difficulty and or strategy with those different spells. You can shuffle up those spells and just throw a whole bunch of spells, play a 3, 4, 5, 6, however many spells you want, or you can just stick vanilla with the 2 spells that it recommends, and that will greatly dictate the amount of strategy that is involved in the game. The little towers, once they're assembled, they are sturdy. The art on everything is fantastic. The cards, they're kind of vanilla. There's just the move the castle or move your wizard. And there are some cards in there that have dice pictured for the movement. So what you do is you roll the dice, and some of them will have like 2 or 3 dice pictured on the card, and that will give you rerolls. So say you roll a 6 and then a 4, well, you could take that 4, but you can't go back to the 6. So it's a little bit of push your luck there, and it's kind of nice when, you know, somebody's sitting there and they're only 2 spaces away from Ravenskeep, and they really need that too. Watch them roll a die, they get a 3 and then a 4. But the game is easy to teach, it's really fast and fun, it looks fantastic, and this game has been a hit everywhere I've taken it. I actually took it to a get-together and I was warned, oh, none of these people play games. Well, you know what? I brought that game and it was an absolute smash hit. It was such a hit that I had to pause and take care of the family a little bit, and I come back and the players, just after playing the game one time, they had already started another game without me. Without me. At my own game. I actually kind of warmed my heart to see that I brought this game to people that don't normally play games. They were able to pick it up on their own and then play and enjoy it. And you know, who knows? This game may have transformed some of them into gamers. There's really no the only negative thing I could think, and this is really being nitpicky, is the player colors. The player colors are fine, but if you play with, say, 4 players, they have to be like red, green, blue, something. You can't be orange and purple because the number of wizards change that each player gets, and they didn't give you enough wizards to accommodate the lower player counts with all the color wizards. So, I mean, yeah, it's not really a negative thing. It's just kind of being nitpicky, but overall, this is an amazing game, and I believe the street price is fairly low too. So definitely pick this game up. It is definitely staying in the Beards collection, and I would be very surprised if this didn't win or at least get nominated for a Kenner or the Spiel. It's just a great game. Definitely worth it. Pick it up. And if you found this episode entertaining or informative, please consider clicking that subscribe button. And thanks again for watching another episode of Rolling with the Beard. Here we have the table set up for a 4-player game of Wandering Towers. I don't recall if I hit the record button.